Hi everyone, hope you all are well. I was walking past this tree for a couple of days and just watching the roots, it took me to the imagery of Jeremiah 17:5, which says, a tree planted by the water, which illustrates the blessing of trusting in God and emphasizing the importance of a strong and deep foundation. If our foundations are not deep, if our roots are not deep in our belief systems, um, our in our lives, with everything on the positive nature as well, it will be hard, very difficult to thrive. As I watch these roots, it's a testament to its resilience and capacity for growth. In the similar way, if our spiritual roots are not deep, we too would fall apart. But if our spiritual roots are deep, we can tap into the transformative power in times of struggles. I'm watching this tree, even though the roots, the water has washed away the sand, but its roots are still standing strong. Who knows how deep the roots have gone? And that's what's helping it to stand strong, even, in the times of storm, and I went up and I was having a look at Mark 4:17. It's another verse that's come to mind. And it says, and they that have no root in themselves endures for a while. Then when tribulation arises, they immediately fall away. That in itself is so true. If our roots are not deep, especially in our spiritual beliefs, we will fall at any time. We'd have go into depression with any issues that happen in our lives. We would worry, we go through anxiety. And when we worry, it's like sitting in a rocking chair and going nowhere. So it's important for us to develop deep and spiritual, deep and wide spiritual roots, which will be a source of stability and strength to us in times of trouble, and as well to people around us. And it's important to note that these roots don't develop just overnight. It takes time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes time in prayer, it takes time in meditation, it takes time in praise and worship. And that's where our roots will grow deeper and we'll be able to draw strength from our Lord. God promises us that if we have a deep root system, we can tap into Him, and He will not allow us to waver, neither be shaken by anything that goes on in and around us in life. You know, that does not mean that we won't wobble, we won't go through trials, but we know God will help us through. And that, I believe, is an incredible promise for us to look to Him, to do a root check, and ensure that our roots are growing deeper. So in times of storms, we'll be able to tap in and draw from it. And I thank you all for taking the time to watch this or listen to this little video. It's amazing, if we walk through life and we look at everything that happens around us and we take the time to pause, which I think is so important. Many years ago, I would just walk past the street and think nothing of it. But now I just enjoy watching God's creation and learning from it, and learning from people around me, and watching people, and knowing we can go through life no matter what circumstances we go through. We know God is with us, He's for us, He will never leave us nor forsake us. Have a fabulous day wherever you are. God bless, and bye for now.